for the moment you've all been waiting for.
Well, hello. Hello. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Let me screw with some things here. Give me a minute. I think there's a dog. Yeah, we'll put that right there. So, yeah, that's beautiful. All right. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. So, Mav dropped a blurb at the beginning of the stream. There it goes. See? Made me realize that I had only added blurb to my main screen and not any of the intros or anything. So that's why it didn't play. So thanks for playing it again. Thank you for the Pedro, Wacky. Absolutely. We've got, what the fuck is that? I'm celebrating my mod. Okay, so Jenny's been a mod for 1 year. Dan's only been a mod for 6 months. How are they figuring this out, and where the hell is this coming from? I've literally never seen this before. It's so crazy. But hey, thanks for being my mod for 1 year, Jenny. Even though it's been longer than that, but must have been whenever they turned the damn thing on. We got Intense Dude coming in with the 25 stream streak. That's kind of a lot, even though he lost it at some point, even though he was here, and that was, yeah. First time I've ever seen it was when Dan dropped it yesterday, but Dan's was only 6 months, even though you and him have both been mods here for the same amount of time, and it's definitely longer than 6 months. It's definitely longer than a year. I don't know where they're coming up with this information. I got no communication at all from Twitch that was a thing that was going to be happening, that they were going to allow that. So, well, whatever. It is what it is. Either way, thank you guys. Appreciate you both. Who else is here? Shadow's here. What's going on, co-captain Shadow? Mav's here, yelling stupid things. Jenny's here. Wacky's here. Probably took time off for the timeouts between Dan and Intense. Well, that's true. Those two did time each other out a lot. Like, Intense has only been a mod for like a week because I think he got timed out. It is what it is. Anyways, happy Sunday, everybody. I did say I would do some farm sim today. Let's be 100% honest. I really haven't been on farm sim much, so I've been kind of looking around trying to remember what's been going on. So far, all I can tell is I am broke. I know I was doing a lot of contracts. I think I finished all the ones that I had. I've got $91,000. So let's switch over here. So I was kind of thinking, I'm looking at this here. So this is my one little field that I own right here. Here's the home farm. Now this field down here is owned by the computer, AI, Walter, whatever you want to call it. I was thinking, I looked at it. It costs, what's it cost? It costs $89,000. So that would leave me with $2,000 bucks. But I'm thinking about buying this field just to get it set up. It's close to home. Plant some barley on there so we can feed our chickens, get some straw for the cows and whatnot, and go from there. I got this grass field over here. I did harvest it once. It's, let me see if I can. Oh God, I'm inside the silo. Let me out. So I did harvest the grass field once, got us this little bit of silage here. I don't think it's quite cooked yet, but I rolled that over and covered it. We fed the sheepies, so the sheepies are fully fed. The cows are probably starving because I haven't made food for them yet. The chickens are kind of half fed, which is why I'm thinking I need another barley field. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to buy this field here. And we need to go into the precision farming menu. We need to purchase soil information, which is going to cost me another $1,000. So yeah, I've got $1,000 in my name. Completely broke. But it is what it is. Let's jump into the old tractor. First thing we'll need to do is plow it. We'll go from there. Nothing starts off the day like a little bit of Cannibal Corpse, right? Need to get intense in here and do some logging. Get rid of all these trees in between these fields. Two headlines. Been getting the itch. Yeah, the problem is, like, between me working, you running around doing Hobbit things, me running around doing Hobbit things, and both of us streaming, when do we ever have time to sit down and, like, talk about this stuff and plan things and figure out mods and whatnot? Like, I've unfortunately got to go back to work tomorrow, and I have a feeling it's going to be a very, very long week. But most definitely will be, and you'll have a stack of stuff. Oh, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Which is fine. Like, I'm sure there's going to be a lot to do. Like, I've been not paying too close attention, but I've glanced at my emails and stuff. I know there's a lot going on. If there's a lot to do, that's one thing. If there's a lot to do because they just ignored everything and decided that I would do it when I come back, I'm going to have a big problem with that. Like, if we tried to get it done and we just ran out of time, fine, I get it. We literally tried to do nothing because they were just waiting for me to come back. That's going to be a problem. So we shall see. Who knows? I may be unemployed after Monday. Should have taken some of that money and bought a bigger plow. More booger stream potential? Well, yeah. I mean, that would be the one upside to being unemployed, but this doesn't pay the bills, guys. This doesn't even come close to paying the bills. Like, in order for streaming to pay the bills, I would need, you know, probably 20 times the amount of followers and viewers that I already have. I would need 10 times the amount of subs. I would need, oh, let's see what else. Many, 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 many other things that... And let's be honest, if we got there, then it wouldn't be the same stream and I wouldn't like that, so... Everybody wants to make a living playing video games, but... I enjoy the smallness of this stream, if that makes sense. streams are a great size and the pacing's enjoyable. Yeah, and that's what I like. Like I was the ATS stream that I did yesterday was crazy. I was talking to Intense about it yesterday before the out of our stream because he wasn't really he was out doing stuff. He wasn't really in the stream. He's like, "Oh, well, how did your stream earlier go?" I said, "Honestly, I said it felt like it was crazy. Like, you know, driving truck, you know, the chat was constantly going to the point where I hate to miss comments. I really do. I hate to miss any comments, but I know I missed at least a few yesterday just because the chat was moving so fast and it was so much fun that I was having problems keeping up. It felt like there was like 70 people in here. And at one point, like I don't often look at the view count, but at one point, like the chat was moving so fast and I was having such problems keeping up with all the comments. And I looked up the view count and it said like 12. I'm like, how is it that 12 of you makes it feel like there's like 70 people in here? Like, but that's a good thing. I will take that any day of the week. If I've got 6 people in here chatting up a storm and making it fun, I will take that over 1,000 viewers any day of the week. That's what I do this for, to, you know, come in here and just hang out, have good conversations with people, catch up a little bit, maybe make some new friends along the way, but like I don't want it moving so fast that I can't keep up with it. And it got close yesterday. Like I said, there was only at that moment there were only 12 of you in here. And I'm sure all 12 weren't chatting. It was like 5 people. It was crazy. Fuck massive numbers, just have good conversations. Exactly. Like I had so much fun with yesterday's stream. And then the Out of War stream last night, that was a good time too. We had some really stupid conversations that made for some interesting content. Small fun with good people, can't beat that. Exactly. And that's all I want. That's what I enjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I need people in here chatting for this to be fun. If there's nobody here, nobody chatting for 10, 20 minutes, this gets real boring because I can't entertain myself. I need you guys to help me entertain myself. But I don't need a lot of people. Laughing so hard during the playback of that Out of War stream. Some goofy shit happened in that stream. Nothing happened in that stream. Okay, well, you go ahead and keep believing that until the clips come out. I woke up this morning with the inspiration to actually go through some of the clips and put some content up on YouTube and whatnot, so some of those will be coming out as the days go on. Added some excitement in my little town. Some idiot broke into the liquor store this morning. It's a block away from the police department. Jesus Christ. A block away. Did he get away with it? I assume not. Would you break into a liquor store? Those are probably the most heavily guarded. That's crazy. Thank God there was some prior context to some of what was said because of some of that article. Oh no, see that's the beauty of it. When you're making clips and content out of that kind of stuff, you've got to eliminate the context. It's way more fun that way. We don't need context. Context takes all the fun out of it. He did not. Well, that sucks. That's hilarious, though. The police even have to drive over. They just walk. They just stood on the front porch and waited for him to come out. So, what are you doing, buddy? Excuse me, sir, but you're gonna have to put the whiskey back, right? Some people aren't too bright. Hello, who's that? Skyborts. What's up, buddy? Guess the cop showed up right after he smashed the glass on the main door. Well, yeah, places like that generally have alarms on them and shit, you know? Not to mention, even without an alarm, if they were that close, they probably heard it. Probably sitting in their little office going, did you guys just hear glass break? What is that? Kind of a dumb place to break into, being so close, yeah. Take the place further away so they at least have to run. Most cops that I've seen ain't running. They can get in their cars and drive really fast, but they ain't running nowhere. That's why they carry guns and tasers. They don't have to run. A little bit of rush. I was told he finished eating breakfast at the restaurant across the street and told the waitress that he was going to get a pack of cigarettes. And then he broke into the liquor store? But the waitress already knew he was there. It's just creating a witness. All right, I want to see. Field's got horrible pH levels, so we're gonna have to do the lime on it. And where it's yellow, that's about there. It's not horrible, but it needs some to be good. We might as well lime it while we got it empty. I'm still learning how the precision farming works. Like when I harvested the grass field, my normal routine when I mow a grass field is to go back and immediately fertilize it. Well, apparently with precision farming that doesn't work because once you mow it, it thinks there's nothing, even though it automatically regrows back, it thinks there's nothing growing there. So I ran the fertilizer spreader over that and it way over fertilized it. So I'm not real sure what that's going to do for it the next time it grows up. It's probably going to hurt the yield quite a bit, but it's grass. It'll be fine. Need a lot of grass because we're going to plan on having a lot of animals. We got the 3 already set up. Once we get rolling, get a little bit of money coming in, I might put some more over there and just like make this save all about animals. Told him that they weren't open yet, and he walked across the street and busted the door in. Jesus Christ. How high was he? Let me see something here. Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm messing with channel rewards while on cruise control. Okay, so that's seems like it's just the sound alert stuff that got screwed up, and I only have a couple of those. It should be good. I'm gonna leave that page open just in case. It's at 20 minutes to 7 this morning. The app on my phone says the guy was booked into jail at 6:52. That's hilarious. Didn't take him long. Alright, plowing's done. We gotta go get the lime spreader. Hopefully there's something in it because I'm too broke to buy any. I think if I go fill it up, it'll put my money into the negatives. I can take loans for stuff if I have to. I don't have any loans at the moment. So there is that option if we run out of money. This is my other barley field here. This is the one we started with. It's about half grown. Hope you at least got to enjoy a cigarette before they carted him off. I'm going to say probably not. Oh, yep, this thing's damn near empty, so we're going to have to fill it up. Let's see what this does to the money. It only filled up 30%. Shit. All right. I didn't want to do this, but we're going to have to take out a small loan. Oh, God. Damn it. Okay. What do you want to borrow?
Oh my.
Yes. Oh my. Oh my. Bless you. Thank you, Sky. I'm going to borrow 20 grand. That should be easy to pay back, right? At least fill this thing up. I'll tell you, somehow, I don't know how, I slept till frickin' 11:30 today. I didn't even go to bed that late either. It was like maybe 1:30 when I went to bed. I fucking died. I slept in. And in true old man fashion, sleeping that long, I got this horrible pain in my neck. I've just now got to the point where I'm actually able to, like, turn my head the whole way. Apparently sleeping is cause for injury when you're this old. Yeah, this doesn't need much. I don't know how well you guys can see the thing above me. The little line on the left is where it's at, and the checkered flag is where it's trying to get to. So the machine is actually spreading very little line. It's going slowly dependent on what it senses. We played till like 2:30. I'm tired today. Yeah, I saw you and Dan talking about that this morning. What time did you have to get up and get on the road this morning? Jesus Christ. So yeah, you got like no sleep. A few hours. Rarely sleep. I tend to go in phases. Like I'll go through 2-3 weeks to a month where all I want to do is sleep. Like I'll sleep 6-8 hours a night, go to bed real early, take naps during the day, etc., etc. And then I'll morph slowly into a phase where I don't hardly sleep at all. I'll go to bed at 2 a.m., get up at 5, you know. I'll do that for 2-3 weeks or a month, and then like every so often I'll have a day like today. Like most days I wake up around 7-8 o'clock, regardless what time I go to bed. I rolled over today and looked at the clock and it said 11:30. I said, "Holy shit!" Like, I don't hardly ever do that. Apparently, I was tired. And honestly, I picked the absolute worst day to do it. It's the Sunday before I got to go back to work. So I'm going to try to go to bed early tonight so I can get back up in the morning and go to work. And I'm probably not going to be able to sleep. And we got ads starting. Welcome to Twitch. There they go. I was at a stream the other day, and it was, I forget whose stream it was, but they had it set up just like mine does with the scheduled ad breaks instead of the randoms or pre-rolls or whatever. And it came up, you know, they were taking their scheduled ad break or whatever. I think it was a minute and a half. I think they did it a little differently than I did it. But, you know, that minute and a half, or it came up to when the ads were supposed to run and the stream cut off. And it went to a screen. It was literally just a Twitch splash page that said ad break in progress. There were no actual ads. It was just a Twitch screen that said ad break in progress. I like, apparently Twitch ran out of ads or couldn't play them or whatever. I'm like, okay, you guys ran out of ads. Why are you still interrupting the stream? Just maybe do away with it. Give us the opportunity to turn them off if you don't have any advertisements to actually run. Doesn't make sense to me. This is a very hilly field. Look how uneven that is. Turn. Get this little spot here. We'll run back, grab the planter. Planter, seeder, whatever the hell it's called. And once I get that in ground, I think I'll go ahead and skip a month and see what we can't sell. See if any better contracts pop up. I've already done most of the good ones for this month. Try to get some money in the bank. See how badly I ruined my grass field. This thing's completely full. That's good. Not gonna spend any money there. The optimal fertilizer level for barley is in the yellow, I guess. All right. Let's take a minute with this little cedar. Good news is it goes pretty quick. I'm just curious. Yeah, we're getting about 89% yield on that. What it's saying, which is probably the highest it's going to go. What's this over here say where it's green? Say nothing. Come on, show me something. There we go. Yield potential 122%. So that'll balance out. Literally nothing in here that, like, they make the inside of the tractor look so pretty. Literally none of it's interactive or actually, like, nothing on these screens actually means anything. It's all just stickers. For some reason my floor's dirty. Of course, I haven't bought a power washer yet, so it's going to get real dirty. Power washer just feels like a waste of money when you're struggling. Neck still hurts. Hi everyone. Hot, sexy one. What's going on, bud? Nothing much. How's your Sunday going? Anything exciting going on today? Hi, but what's up, Denver? Denver, you missed it. Sky was already in here blaming you for keeping him up till 2:30 in the morning last night. He said, I wanted to go to bed at 1 o'clock, but that Denver, you know. Did some mowing. Seems to be what everybody does on the weekends. I'm glad I don't have to do that. Like, first of all, my yard is about that big, so it wouldn't be worth me buying a lawnmower anyway. I could probably do it with a pair of scissors if I actually had to, but also my landlord comes by and does it, so. My phone's being fucking dumb, I'm gonna toss it out the window? Well, don't do that, because then you won't have it anymore. I saw that. What a jerk. He was the one who was like, we can't end like that guy's radio. I know. I saw the whole conversation. I just wanted to give you some shit. Having played with you guys a few times, I can totally see Sky saying that too. Like, we're not going to stop until we murder people. And next thing you know, it's 4 in the morning. Swisher, I'm not going to get my creamer, so no. We could just blame Dan. He's not here, so let's just blame Dan for it all. Always got to blame the guy that's not here. That's always the best way to do it, because then he can't defend himself, you know? Poor Dan had to work this morning and be up, but yeah. He does that shit to himself all the time, though. And then he'll be complaining all day that he's tired. Bet he's napping right now. I'm going to say probably. Usually this time of the day, yeah. If he's home from work, he's napping. Usually on Sundays, he doesn't work that long. He'll show up in here 2 hours from now when I'm ready to end the stream and be like, oh, you didn't wake me up. I said, I slept in today. Didn't even mean to, but like, I distinctly remember I woke up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I looked at the clock. I'm like, I can sleep for another 10 minutes or so. It won't hurt anything. I guarantee I won't be able to go back to sleep. I'll wake right back up. Next thing I knew, it was 11:30. I'm like, oh, well, there goes half my Sunday. I did that at home, didn't wake up till almost noon. Yeah. It's just some days it just hits you, I guess. I don't know. I didn't, like, I was in bed by 1:30 last night. I have no idea why I slept that long. I have no reason to be overly tired. I've been on vacation for 9 days. For no day other than, I'm trying to think. Friday morning I got up earlier than I wanted to because the kid had a doctor's appointment at 8 o'clock. But other than that, I've slept fine the entire time I've been off. This song always reminds me, what was the name of it? The Twisted Metal Black on like PlayStation 2, I think. I used to play a ton with my friends in like my 20s. And this song was on there. This song always reminds me of that game. Kind of makes me want to go back and play it. Vacations are nice, especially when you don't have to go anywhere. Yeah, I did literally nothing. I stayed in my house. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. I didn't really have any desire to go out, do anything or none of that. I was fucking burned out from being there every day, and I needed a week away. I needed a week to not think about it, to not get pissed off about it, to not just not worry about it, not be there, not have to worry about being there every day and getting up early in the morning and dealing with people's bullshit. I just needed a way. And honestly, I'm pretty sure it helped. Now, back to work tomorrow? Yeah. Go back to work tomorrow. Who knows what I'm walking into? Like I said earlier, I may be unemployed by tomorrow evening, depending on what I walk into, but we'll see. I'm refreshed. I will say that. It was definitely needed time away. May have stretched the patience meter out just a little bit so I don't like flip out and want to murder people, you know? My only regret from the time off, I wish I would have streamed more. My biggest roadblock to streaming is always just time and then energy. Like I have no energy when I get home from work. I would stream more, and like I have time in the evenings. I could do a stream every night when I get off work. Normally I come home from work, I change my clothes, throw some dinner in, whatever, and then I sit here like this. Like 3-4 hours, I just sit here and stare. And sometimes I watch streams, sometimes I play games offline. Sometimes I literally just sit here and stare at the wall, and I sit here and I wait to go to bed, and then I go to bed. That's what I do when I get home from work. Can't handle another manager position. Been there, done that. It's not worth the stress. Well, here's the thing, Denver. I'm not the manager. I'm not technically in charge of anything. I'm just the guy that kind of de facto got handed all the shit when all the other managers either quit or got fired. Like, we have nobody in charge of the place right now at all. Like, my quote unquote boss is basically, she's an office person. She deals with spreadsheets and, you know, customer service, stuff like that. She has no idea how to run the plant at all. So it's kind of fallen to me, and me like a dumbass, I just keep on doing it even though they're not paying me for it. I'm taking on the stress of it even though it's not technically my problem. Just because that's who I am. I can't let it go. I wouldn't be able to just stand by and say, well, it's all falling apart. Guess it's your fault, you know? I wouldn't be able to do that. If I have the ability to fix it, I do. That's just the kind of person I am, kind of person I've always been. It's a curse. I keep telling myself I need to stop doing it, but with every job I've ever taken, it always ends up that way. I feel you. By the time you get home, you're just mentally exhausted. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, when I leave work, I always say, especially if I get off work early, I always have these big plans. Oh, I'm going to go home and I'm going to play games, or I'm going to stream, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. And I come home and I sit in this chair, and then time goes by, and the next thing I know, it's 9:30. I'm like, well, I ain't got time to do shit now. I might as well just go to bed, you know? In the same way, if I see something failing, I'll offer my help and do whatever I can to help fix it. Yeah, I've always been that way. I've always been that way. It's how I've ended up with the jobs that I've had. Like, every time I get a new job, I always go in there with the mindset, I just want to be a peon, do the work that they tell me to do, and go home. That's all I ever want to do. And somehow, slowly, more responsibility keeps getting shuffled my direction without my realizing it, until before I realize it, oh, hey, I'm the guy running the place. Oops, didn't mean to, but here we are. I've been telling them for 6, 8, 10 months, y'all need to hire a manager and I will teach them to do whatever they need to learn how to do, but I don't want to do this anymore. And they just keep ignoring me. I don't want to quit. I like the job, but I feel like the only way that I'm going to get satisfaction is to, at the very least, threaten to quit. I think that's the only way that they're eventually going to wake up and listen. Chuck, they just haven't handed you the manager position yet? It's this. They have greatly downsized our division of the company to the point where they almost forget that we exist. They think it just runs on autopilot, just kind of leave it alone and don't pay any attention to it. I don't think that they're in a position right now to hand a manager title or the money to somebody. And again, my stupid fault, because if it's running well, why would you bother? Why fix what isn't broken, you know? Terrible way to run a business, but I can understand not being able to afford paying someone for that position. A lot of businesses are struggling right now. Yeah. And our business isn't struggling. In fact, it's growing. It's our division of the business that's struggling. They're paying 100% of their attention to other parts of the company that are actually doing well, not realizing, hey, put a little money and attention into our side and it could do well too, but you're completely ignoring it. So all right. Field done, planted, ready to go. Sucks balls, got to be incredibly frustrating. 100%. Would you plant some barley? I got 2 fields of barley now. That'll go towards feeding the chickens. Then we'll be able to pull the straw off, and that'll go towards making the cow food. So I've got the silage cooking. So to make the cow food, you need what? Silage, straw, and hay, I think. So the hay's the next thing I need to get. I've got the silage cooking. Then I need to put down a plant to actually take those 3 things and make the cow food out of it. Otherwise, it's not going to do me any damn good to have it. Kind of miss playing Farm Sim. Me and Sky used to stay up to like 4 a.m. taking care of a farm. Oh yeah, I've got tons of hours in this game. It can suck you in for sure. Let me see. Do we have any seeds in here? Got a pallet of solid fertilizer. I can use that. Yeah, there's a pallet of seeds. That's all the solid fertilizer we have. So I'll have to buy the rest of it. But I do want to fill this thing up before I put it away. Yeah, that filled the seeds up, fill that up, leaves us with a little under 10 grand. Like I said, I think I'm going to go to sleep for the night, and we'll see what awaits us in the morning. Yeah, I used to... This game took up most of my life for a very, very long time, and then I kind of got bored with it and took a 2-3 month break from it. Just now getting back into playing it. It's not to the point where it's completely taken over my life yet. This game, I mean, it takes if you do it realistically, it takes, without cheating, it takes a long time to get anything accomplished. It really does. Oh, look, we got $4,400 from our, what was that from? I think we got solar panels somewhere. I don't remember where. Pain and very time consuming? Yeah. Probably the most stressful I've ever been when I played this game. I think it was either Farm Sim 19 or maybe very early in Farm Sim 22 when it came out. I got into a dedicated server with some guys that I met through the game. And they ran a dedicated server, and they had the clock set to real time. So it was running at like real time speed. Like if it was 8 o'clock here, it was 8 o'clock in game, and it constantly ran. So it was like a real life farm. Like you had to get on at certain times of the day and make sure stuff got done, or it didn't get done, you know? It wasn't like playing like this where I just, you know, time only moves when I'm here and I can fast forward to my heart's content as I want to, but time doesn't really move if I'm not here, you know? That game, time moved whether you were there or not. So like every day I had to at least make sure I logged on and took care of these 2, 3, 4 things, whatever. It's actually pretty freaking cool. It was cool, but like it felt like a job. Like, oh my god, I just want to go to bed, but I gotta log onto the damn farm and go feed the sheep before they die, you know? Tends to do that. I used to install crap load of mods just so I didn't have to work as hard. Yeah, I mean, I have all those mods on here. I could do that at the flip of a switch. I think sometimes it's more fun to play at least somewhat realistically, to do the, you know, start from scratch, struggle for money, whatever. Oh yeah, I was going to the, I've got this canned food factory that's harvesting parsnips into, is it parsnips? I think it's parsnips into something. Or maybe it's carrots. I don't remember what I put in it, but Hopefully we got some stuff over here that can make us a little bit of money with our little teeny tiny truck here. I never struggle for money. I get like 50 subsidy signs. Yeah, I mean, we're beyond the point of subsidy signs. I've got this cool little menu here where if I just go up here, can you see this box right here where it says add money? I can type whatever I want in there and suddenly I've got all the money I need. I could do that if I wanted to. Also takes the challenge out of the game. I mean, we're still playing with some cheats. I don't have to buy myself a forklift because I can just press this cool little button here and oh look, magic pallets that go on the truck all by themselves. Yay! I've tried to do that realistically before and holy hell, playing forklift pallet moving simulator just gets extremely boring and frustrating after a while. Ta-da! Yeah, ta-da! That's the one, like, no matter how hardcore or realistic I want to play this game, that is the one mod I will never do without, is the auto-load trailers, because moving pallets in this game fucking sucks. I hate it. So I will always, always, always play with that on. Bing, $18,000. It's one load. Let's go back and get another load. I do need a bigger truck at some point, but this cute little guy gets us where we need to go. I need a milk trailer at some point too. Maybe this will afford me enough money to buy a milk trailer because I got milk holding up at the cow barn that I need to sell. It's not going to work in real life. No, it'd be amazing if it did. It really does. I hate having to use a stupid telehandler or fork. Oh no, yeah, I get the realism aspect. The problem is in this game it's so clunky. Honestly, driving a forklift in any game is clunky. Like they haven't come out with the game yet that makes it feel realistic driving a forklift. Just for some reason that experience just doesn't translate well to video games. I think you would have to do it in VR in order for it to be anywhere close to realistic. But even then, like you can't feel the weight, you don't get the right, you know what I mean? I've driven a forklift most of my life in one form or another. I don't know how you translate that into a video game. I really don't. Farm Sim is one of the worst. Like the pallet physics are just terrible. They get stuck in the ground. They have no weight to them. The collisions are all wrong. Like even if you're good at driving the forklift in game, it's frustrating. All right, here's another 21 grand. So first thing I'm gonna do, VR would be freaking cool. Yeah, like that's the only way it would really work. Finances. So we're going to pay back the 20,000 that we borrowed. That leaves us with 28,000. What else do I have sitting out that I can sell? Anything? I don't think there's anything sitting out at these greenhouses yet. I can go look. Crazy how after like a decade they haven't figured out pallets yet because they haven't tried. You could get me going on a rant that would last 10 hours about the problems with this game from one version to the next that they just refuse to even attempt to address or fix or improve. The sad part about it is I could go on about that for hours, but I'm still going to play it. Yeah, we got nothing at these greenhouses that's ready to go anywhere yet. Some of it is automatically feeding into that food plant. That's how we're making our kimchi. Let me see. We'll take a drive over and check on the chickens. Let's see. Can I afford... I need a trailer to haul milk. Doesn't have to be a big trailer. Just needs to be a trailer. So let's go to... What fucking menu is it in? Animals, barrels, yeah. That only holds 2,000. Can I afford this? 25,000. That's a cute little milk trailer. Holds 8,000 liters. I think we'll get it. Why not? Takes all my money, but it's okay. Seems like after Farm Sim 22, all the other versions are exactly the same. They didn't do anything different to warrant a new version. I would say that goes clear back to Farm Sim 17, to be honest with you. Like, they've... Don't get me wrong, they've added shit to the game. Like, from 19 to 22, the biggest addition was the factories. But the factories existed as mods in Farm Sim 19. Maybe not in the same fashion that they have them in this game, but that wasn't a huge addition. Like, it's a building. It's got an insert point and an outlet point. You put things in. It goes into a little menu. You can't actually enter the building. You can't actually see anything happening. You can't interact with it. You put shit in, let some time go by, and then shit comes out on pallets. That's all the factories do. It's not a huge addition to the game. They've added a bunch of new crops to the game. Most of them crops we didn't want. You know, they added sugarcane. Literally nobody deals with sugarcane because it's such a pain in the ass. They added grapes and olives that they still haven't gotten to work properly, and they're such a pain to deal with that very few people actually deal with them. They've added all the vegetables, which those are sometimes fun, but they added onions in the last DLC. I haven't even tried that yet because I haven't even really messed with that DLC. Like, the fishing, you know, that's another thing. Can I not... I've got a trailer hitch on this truck. Can I not grab this? I guess I can't. I'm gonna have to go get my tractor. I thought I could do this with this truck. Son of a bitch. But like most of the crap that they've added to the game, like, we play it once, it's a novelty, and then we go back to harvesting wheat and corn like we've been doing for the last 10 years, you know? Could have been a damn DLC. Yeah. No one wants fucking sugarcane because harvesting it takes forever. Yeah, and let's, you know, what keeps this game going is the modders. Like, okay, modders make equipment that's maybe slightly unrealistic, maybe horribly unrealistic, but it lessens the pain of doing the things that we don't want to take 7 hours to do. Like, I will never forget, I think it was in Farm Sim 22, I was playing, I didn't stream this, but I was playing a map offline by myself, and I bought the biggest field on the damn map, and when I bought it, it was filled with potatoes. So I leased a potato harvester. The in-game one, didn't get a modded one. I got the in-game one, and I went to town on harvesting those potatoes. And it took me literally 8 hours. Who wants to do that? Like, I get that's realistic, but this is a video game. We don't need it to be that fucking realistic, you know? Like, nobody wants to spend 8 hours just doing the same exact thing. Somewhere in the archives, there is a stream of me spending 6 hours harvesting the same field. And it wasn't a stream that I had planned. I definitely did not intend for it to take that long. I just kind of, I started the stream, I did it, and next thing I know, 6 hours have gone by. I'm like, my God, guys, I'm still on the same fucking field. It was horrible. That's not fun. Like I said, I get it's realistic. I get farming itself can be boring, and sometimes that's okay, but it's a video game. You don't want it to take that long. The grapes were cool if they actually worked correctly. Yeah, I've done those a few times. The key is that if they work correctly. Most of the time they don't. The problem with the grapes is they're also time consuming. Like, it's a different kind of farming. I'll give them that. Like with the vines and everything, it's not your typical field tractor, what have you. The problem is there wasn't much profit in it. They weren't worth the time that it took, so nobody did them. Remember when I planted sugarcane, I harvested like half the field and lost patience, so I plowed over all of it? Oh yeah. Ask Mav about it if he comes in here. When we had the dedicated server, I can't remember, was it Sitka or a different map? I think it was Sitka map that we were doing with Intense. One day I wasn't here and Mav was in the server playing, and he took it upon himself to just take the biggest field that we had and plant sugarcane on it. And I don't think he knew what he was doing. And when I got on the map like a day or two later, I noticed it and I messaged him. I'm like, you motherfucker, you're going to be here when we harvest this. I don't think you understand what you did. So a week went by. It came ready to harvest. I got on the map. Okay, when you ready to do it? We planned a time. We both got on there. We bought 2 harvesters. And I said, you're helping me. He got in there and he helped me. He bitched the whole time. It took us about, I want to say 3 or 4 hours with the 2 of us doing it. And after we were done with that, he said, never again. Never doing that again. It was horrible. But that sugarcane blasted us the life of that map. Like, we stuck it in a silo. We had a couple sugar mills or whatnot working on it, and it more than lasted us the life of that map. I think there was still 2 or 3 million liters of it left when we were done. Hi, is Denver and Sky. They're here, guys. They're here. Good evening. What's up, Chris Castle? How's it going, bud? Is it evening already? I guess it is 5:30. This day has flown by because I slept so goddamn late. I'm gonna be all screwed up to now. Yeah, chickens ain't doing much yet. There's one little thing of eggs there. Peepees aren't doing anything too excited. Could probably pick up that wool. I do have the spinnery. Oh, I didn't check that. Is there anything coming out of there? Not really. Because I did put some wool in there, but it wasn't even enough to make a whole pallet. So, all right, screw that. All right, where do we get milk from? I think that's the silage tube. I think the milk's on the other end. Let's drive in circles. Sorry if I'm making anyone dizzy. I tell you, doing good so far. Hope all's well with you. Still tired after the grand opening and opening of the time capsule for our museum's 50th anniversary. That sounds fun. Denver with the cowsies. Running over the fence. Oh, this is one of those trailers that's going to be a pain in the dick to back up because it's got the axle that moves. Oh, I hate these. Like, what is the purpose of these? What is the purpose of that axle moving so it makes it a pain in the ass to back up? I have a mod that locks that. Do I have it on this server? Lock trailer. That button. Ah, there we go. That's much better. I don't know why that has to be a mod. Like, that should just be a thing that you can do. So there is, oh, we got 18,000 liters of milk in here. I've been busy. I hate how they designed that trailer. There's so many trailers in this game that are just like that. It's like, why? I get those exist in real life. Like hay bale trailers for sure always seem to do that. It's like, why? It's such a pain in the ass. All right, here on my end, not much new really. I'm keeping you in mind since I heard about the laptop issues. Yeah. We could have done it as a fifth wheel. It could have. Good for the original people that was there when the time capsule was sealed 50 years ago. That's pretty cool, actually. All right, we're going to take a little detour here. around the fields that we don't own. Because it's just easier than going all the way around them. And we're going to have to do this more than once. Hey, Bugger, how's your day going? What's going on, Mr. Nate? My day is going swimmingly now.
Hello, motherfucker.
Kevin's here. Hello, Kevin. Man, it's early for you. Howdy, howdy. All right, Big Moose Dairy. Still waiting on HP to fix it and ship it back. It says estimated time is 6:10, but we will see. That's a long time. Waiting for the rain to stop so I can treat the neighbor's pool. All right, where the hell is the drop-off point? There's all these dairy buildings. I don't know where I'm supposed to take the milk. Back here? This is a huge dairy. We've had it since the end of April. Jesus. All right, see if this milk makes me any money. Not much. Actually, no, that is going up pretty quick. Hoping for the best for you with it. No additional problems for a good long time. Yeah, it better fucking work if they're taking this much time to fix it. That was a cool $16,000, almost $17,000 for one trailer load, and I can definitely fill at least another trailer load, so that'll be nice. Howdy, Kevin. Howdy, Kevin. Howdy, Denver. Howdy, Nate. Aw, look at you guys all saying howdy to each other. Howdy, 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 howdy. Howdy, everybody. This was Shadow Stream. He'd be asking y'all where you parked your horse. Alright, let's go back into the cow barn. All the issues better be... Yeah, the thing better work like a dream. I think all my issues are stemming from the motherboard, and that's what they're replacing. Should all be fixed. Let's hope. Let's hope that's all it is. Fill this up. Got a random ping from a random server in Discord. I'm gonna bet $10 that it's Chris. Let's see if I'm right. Oh no, it's... Well, that should probably be deleted. Any mods in Riot server want to go delete that comment because he probably won't allow that. No, we haven't spoken much, but feel free to reach out if you get stuck. Entirely up to you. One good thing I will say about this little community of gamers and friends and stream watchers and whatnot, there's a lot of knowledge around here. If you have computer issues, just throw it in a random Discord somewhere, and I guarantee somebody will help you. Yeah, that won't fly. Did you see that too? Like, yeah, that should probably go. Fucking crazy how all that happened. It worked fine on a Friday night, so did some Windows updates, shut my PC down, and Saturday wouldn't power up at all. I mean, Windows updates are generally death to computers, so that makes sense. Hate Windows updates. I dread Tuesdays. I honestly usually don't even like Windows updates, just kind of happen automatically on mine. I don't generally pay that much attention to them. Knock on wood, no major Windows updates have screwed too much up with this computer. About the only issue I've had was Windows forced an update to my video card drivers that was not approved by the video card manufacturer. I found out that's where most of my freezing issues were coming from. Like, I did a lot of reading up on it, and it said, yeah, Windows Update will insert drivers that aren't approved by the, like, I use AMD video cards. Always have, always will. Sorry, I know everybody loves NVIDIA, but I can't see spending the money on it. For my money, AMD just does just fine. But I had to revert the driver back to something officially approved by AMD, and then it's worked fine ever since. I haven't had those issues in about a month now. Knock on wood. Keep that one on a sticky note. My brother loves AMD as well. I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion. Like, first of all, I'm a dumbass when it comes to computers. Like, I used to build computers 20 years ago. I've completely lost touch and track of the technology. No idea what I'm doing now. Don't trust me with anything. Like, I've got a friend that I used to work with at Walmart who builds PCs and works on them kind of as a side business. And when I've got problems, I pretty much just call him, or when I want a new PC or I want to upgrade something, I pretty much just go to him and he goes, I got you. What's your budget? And I'll tell him what my budget is. And he goes, I got you. And he'll build it for me. No questions asked. Well, he is an AMD fanboy, 100%, because let's be honest, they just work. You know, I know the NVIDIA stuff works too, but also at 3 times the price. So every PC he's ever built me has always been AMD everything, and I've never had issues with them. So I stick to it. It is what it is. It works. I don't need the crazy state-of-the-art $6,000 card that, you know, I don't even know what most of those terms mean. When people start talking about ray tracing and shit, I don't even know what that means. I play Farm Sim. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here playing Call of Duty or... So it is what it is. Probably could have left this milk trailer by the cow barn instead of bringing it all the way back here, but oh well. Wasn't really thinking. I was too busy yakking and just driving. Also, one epic handy command to keep on hand is SFC scan. What is that? Greetings. Hey, Nubis. Didn't even see you come in. Welcome in, bud. Good idea. And then wait a bit. One thing I do in general is I just turn them off. Yeah, turn them off and wait to see what happens to everybody, but... I've built 7 so far, including my own, plus have one possibly coming up later this year. Nice. I mean, if you have the talent to do that, my hat's off to you, sir. Like I said, I lost track of that technology 20 years ago, and I'm not even close to keeping up with it. I call my guy, he tells me what to do, and that's where we go with it. Keeps the command handy, run it after any updates, basically a system file check that will fix any bad system files. Oh. Will you be getting GTA 6? Eventually. I don't have a PS5 or Xbox, so, and it won't be out on PC. Like, first of all, there's no guarantees it's going to come out on console this year. Like, they put a release date, but it's been pushed back so many times, who knows? What we do know is that PC release is going to be at least a year following the console release, so it'll be a while before I get it. My kids have PS5s. They'll probably get it. I'll be able to play it a little bit on theirs, but it won't be mine, you know? So. My ROG handheld is AMD and works great. Yeah, I've never had a problem with AMD. Like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, does NVIDIA have better stats and whatnot? I guess, but none of that means anything to me. As long as I can play the games that I want to play, I'm good. They look fine. Hello, Redbeard. Oh, God, here comes the hydrate. Just wait for it. It's coming. So let's see. We've got... I don't think there's really anything I can do with anything here. Yeah, grass field's halfway through growing. I'm curious to see what I did to the yield on this thing. I made a mess of this field. Yeah, it's only gonna... Actually, it's not that bad, other than the edges. So when we do go to harvest that, it'll probably give us a pretty decent yield. It's just got way too much nitrogen. Yeah, the nitrogen's supposed to be at 65. I've got it at 200. I kind of went crazy. But, oh well, it is what it is. Thanks. Bullshit. Wait, what? I only have 16 left, so no hydrate. Oh no, how do you only have 16 left? Like, you're here all the time. You should have the points. We got Copperhead Road in there from Anubis, and the hydrate from Anubis. Oh, thanks, Anubis. Take care of the red beard. I by no means knock anyone's skill or knowledge with the stuff. Folks in here are smarter than folks I work with. Oh yeah, it's the amateurs are usually the ones that know the most. I was looking at the PS5 Pro till I saw $900. Yeah, I briefly entertained the thought of getting one just for GTA 6, but no, I'm not going to do that. Let's see. What can we do? There's a lot of harvest contracts. I want to harvest some corn. $41,000 to harvest that corn. Let's do it. We'll borrow all the stuff. Why not? Apparently it's corn season. I have an AMD processor on my laptop and I love it. Yeah, AMD processors are great. Like, I've always ran those too. Where am I going? Field 12, which is just a little off that direction. How do I get out of here? God, I'm stuck. Like I said, I am by no means an expert on any of that stuff. I ask people. I ask other people. It's always been my go-to. So my brother sticks with A&D right now. I didn't want to spend any more than he had to. Because I spend them for whatever reason, I don't always earn them. Yeah, so you're here a lot. You should be earning them a lot quicker than that. All you really spend them on is hydrates. That shouldn't be killing you that quickly. I'm gonna try and do this without the header trailer and just drive it down there as is. Let's see if we can make it. We might crash into some AI traffic along the way, but that's fine. They'll be okay. We just go right over top of that little car there. He'll be okay. Oh, the school bus might be a problem. Oh shit. Well. Yep, that might be a problem. Oh god. Oh god. Think of the children. Alright, can we stop with the... No, you stop. I'm coming this way. Alright. Thank you. Jesus. Floating the idea of a 12 gig 5070 since I can get 200 from a 3070, which would get me a 5070 for about 500. That's not bad. Spent 3 hours on my FS25 save this morning. It's just a big old ranch with a few fields for hay and barley. I mean, that's pretty much all I've got at this point. I'm doing mostly contracts. I only actually own 3 fields, and none of them are ready yet. At the very, very early stages of this farm, I've only got about maybe 6 or 8 hours into it. Harvesting children is illegal? Oh. Well, I don't think there were any kids on that bus. He was driving back. He already dropped them all off. What I'm going with anyway. Let's hope. Our local farmers drive sometimes 15, 20 miles down the road with the headers on, so not unrealistic. No, it's a pain in the ass putting it on that damn trailer, so I'd much rather just, you know, crash through traffic with it. At least they gave us a big old combine to harvest this corn, though. That's why I wish I could put a desktop on the truck with us. If I want to upgrade, I have to buy a whole new laptop. Yeah. Laptops are upgradable, but they're a pain in the ass. Discord distracts me. Thunder. Oh, that's a great song, Anubis. Good call. Good call. That is a wonderful song. Oh, mine's a little loud. I'm going to turn this down just a hair. Good thing about a laptop is a convenience. Like if I want to sit on the porch and play games. Yeah, that's really the only good thing about a laptop. I've never owned one. My ex-wife had one a couple times and I always hated it. I have one for work, which, okay, the portability for work comes in handy. But for the most part, my laptop is sitting on a desk plugged into a big monitor with an actual mouse and keyboard. Like them little touchpad things. How do you people learn to use those? I fucking hate them things. I cannot figure them out to save my life. So if I wanted to upgrade the processor or GPU on my laptop, I could. It really depends. I would suggest research. A lot of them are sought. Yeah, it depends on how it was made, who made it. A lot of them make them so they're purposely not upgradable, so you're forced into buying a new one. But at the end of the day, a laptop is the same pieces and parts as a desktop, just smaller, you know? It's attached to the board, that way you're pretty much SOL. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of companies do that with laptops. They do that on purpose. Mine's soldered into the board. Single finger for the mouse, 2 fingers for zoom or scroll. Yeah, I understand the basic idea of how they work. I can't get used to it. I always end up on the wrong page or scrolling and clicking the wrong thing, and fuck that. Give me a mouse. Give me a mouse. When they got me my laptop for work, that was the first thing I did, is get me a mouse. And they got me a mouse keyboard combo, so that's even better, because I mean, I can use the keyboard on a laptop, but it's smaller and touchier. I've got big fat fingers. It's just, I'd rather have a real one. Let's just hit the volume knob there. This is a great fucking song, guys. Great fucking song. Forgive me if I ignore chat for 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Miss having a little red thing in the center of the keyboard to control the mouse. Yeah, that thing's even worse than the touchpad to me. Love this song. Oh God, this feels bigger than I thought it was. Holy shit. Guys, we're going to be here for a minute. Across town. In the Thunder Rose. CPU is probably most likely. GPU, I'd say probably not. Also comes down to the laptop's power supply can handle. And you need a new copy of Windows. Yeah. All that being said, buy a new laptop. Yeah, this combine's over 90% full already, and we're not even halfway around the outside of the field. Whee! This is going to be fun. I'm going to have to go back and get the semi-truck. Anybody want to come in and be a truck driver? Sneaky thing is, some laptops have a second hard drive slot depending on the model, so it can usually add another drive. That's probably the next, not to get off topic, that's probably the next upgrade I'm going to have to make to this PC. I need a third hard drive. My second one's almost full. I could uninstall some games, but I found myself being real picky and choosy about what I download or put on here, and I think I need another, I think I need a third hard drive. You want them happy to offer some guidance? Yeah, once I get the money and decide to do it, I'll reach out to somebody. I know you have your people? Yeah. Like this one, it's got the main drive, which basically just has Windows and like an extra couple gigs of space for, you know, documents and whatnot. And then I've got a 2 terabyte secondary drive just for gaming and stuff. But it's starting to get full. Remember when 1 terabyte was a lot of memory? Now it's like 4 games. I know, right? I'll say I got a 2 terabyte drive for gaming, and it's getting close to full. It's got about, I want to say 60-70% full, which is closer than I'm comfortable with. I don't really have big games. Like, I don't have Call of Duty on here. I don't have, well, I do have The Witcher on here. I could probably uninstall that because I don't really play it that much anymore. End up adding a 4 terabyte NVMe to mine, 7 terabytes of storage and all on mine now. That's probably what I need to do. Like, I could probably even get away with an external as long as I just keep the games to the one that's in there, but when I say I'm behind on the times with technology, I know there's SDD, HDD, NVMe. I don't know what any of that means. I know there's good ones that are good for gaming and read access and whatnot, but I would have to look all that up before I purchase one. HD, SSD, NVMe, yeah. Which one good? SSD's the good one, right? I have FH6, Oblivion Remastered, Forza Motorsport 7, and FS25, and that's one to, yeah. The problem with Farm Sim is, like, the game itself isn't that big, but then you add a couple hundred mods and suddenly you've quadrupled the size of your game. Like, that was my problem with 22. I eventually had to move all my mods elsewhere and change the way that it grabbed them because it was completely clogging up my hard drive. NVMe is top of the pile. So what does that mean, NVMe? Then SSD, but speeds can be close between the two depending on board limitations. That's the part that I get confused on because, okay, we got to make sure the power supply is right and the board can do it. It's like, it's all got to work together, and that's where I get lost. NVMe is like a slot that looks like an SD card or RAM stick. Oh, really? SSD uses a cable like SATA. SATA. I love that term, SATA. Howdy booger, what's going on, Mr. Legend? Saw you stream a little earlier today. Wish I actually liked SnowRunner. You guys make it look fun. But then I play it and I remember that I hate it. W for intense with the short pointed explanation. Well, yeah, he's good with small words. It's when you ask him to use bigger words that he gets confused. But, you know, small to the point things, he's very good at. He loves the small things. Rage running, dumped my logs today. Oh shit, I missed that part. Also, fuck you. And there it is. Which farm sim had decent in-game radio? We were talking about that somewhere the other day. Because I saw ATS with the next update they're adding, which I don't think they're adding radio. I'm pretty sure the game already has radio, but they're like updating it and putting more stations into it or whatnot. I'm like, yeah, I didn't even really remember that game had an in-game radio because it was always so terrible we never used it. And the same with this game. Like, this game has radio. One of the first things I do when I start a new farm sim game is go into the settings and shut the radio off. Because, let's be fair, I can just sit here and listen to Spotify. Why would I want to listen to whatever garbage is pumping through farm sim's radio? I want to say when I first got Farm Sim 19, which was one of the first video games I ever purchased when I got my first gaming computer back in 2019, 2020 or whatever, I did use the radio in that game because I didn't know any better. I still have those memories that it's fucking horrible. It was horrible. You can feel like a real farmer? Yeah, sure. Honest to God, you guys got me curious now. Is the radio still in this game? I can't remember if I turned it off or if it just doesn't exist. Where would that even be? Vehicle, no. AI, precision farming, no. General settings. Radio, see, it's off. All right, let's turn it on. And then how do you turn it on? Is it R? How do you turn the radio on? It's not R. Most boring and generic instrumental songs. We have Bluetooth radios now, right? Yeah. A couple of the songs I learned the words to and would sing along. I don't know how to turn it on, guys. What button does it turn the radio on? I'll see it in the little, got to go into the damn settings just to figure out what control it is. Controls, vehicle, engine, motor state, honk, cruise control, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no. Vehicle. Vehicle work? No. Vehicle front loader. Crane. Placeable. Game. Holy hell. Why are there so many buttons in this stupid game? I usually just push the volume button. Vehicle lights. Radio. Toggle radio. 5. Yes. And you can change the channels with 4 and 6. Okay. So let's see. Hold on. Let's pause the Spotify. Oh yeah, it's playing Pixel tunes. What is this? Das E-Work. Apparently this is a German radio station. Country Roads FM. Classical Radio Network. I think this is jazz. Online streams not rated. Oh, ooh, online streams. Okay. What's this? Sim FM. Simulator Radio. This is the one that I used to listen to all the time. But also, that'll get me copyrighted. Yeah, you know what? I'm done with this experiment. Turn it off. That was fun for about 5 seconds. I don't want to listen to that anymore. Much rather just listen to my own music than whatever garbage is in Farm Sim Radio. I remember from playing 19 though, there was a couple songs that were jammers, but mostly it was horrible. I just turned it on to break the silence because I didn't know what Spotify was back then. Nowadays we know a little better. I'm not going to make it to the end of this row, am I? No, close. Oh. Alright, where's my truck? Turn around and go the other way. This field's huge, but it's going pretty fast with this giant combine, so I think we'll be alright. Shouldn't take any longer than an hour or two. We're selling it right here, so that won't be too long of a drive. Can you imagine doing all this shit by yourself in real life? Yeah, like at least in game, I can teleport from one machine to the other. Could you imagine having to drive the combine and drive the truck yourself? I don't think that would work real well. Like, look, I can just magically jump from the truck to the combine. You can't do that in real life. Exactly. It would be funny to watch. I just got this vision of my head of somebody in the middle of a field just jumping out of a combine and running like this across the field to hurry up and jump up into the truck. Over and over and over again, like... It would be amusing to watch. Oh shit, parked the truck too close. Ah! Enough mushrooms, anything's possible. This is true, yeah. Plus, if you had animals, oh my god, yeah. I'm sure stuff like that has a lot to do with why little family farms are dying and being bought out by the big corporate farms, because the little family farms are probably running out of family members to replace the older generation that's retiring. Like, it takes a village. You can't do it yourself. Want to see someone try and stand off with the Bull Lake on Ranch Sim? There's people that do it. Remember when I was a kid, you know, I grew up in farmlands around farmers. I wasn't a farmer myself, but some of my friends were. My best friend in elementary school raised hogs, like 400, 500, 600-pound hogs. And I never tried to do it myself, but I was there a couple times when he was trying to wrestle them onto the trailer to take them to the fair or the slaughterhouse or whatever. And man, them things are fucking violent. You gotta understand, we were 8, 9, 10 years old at this time. Like, my friend was big for his age, but still 10 years old. Watching him trying to wrestle one of them hogs onto the trailer was fucking hilarious. They can get mean. Do that to radio all the time. Hogs are fucking mean. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was hilarious to watch. And he'd be like, come on in here and help me. I'm like, fuck you, man. There ain't no way I'm getting in there with one of them damn things. He'll eat my leg. Like, watching that, like I said, I had lots of friends that were farmers. Watching that was the reason I never became a farmer. Because holy hell. I have milked a few cows. I have shoveled shit a few times. Did a lot of hay baling. Seems like everywhere I went, somebody needed help stacking bales of hay, and I always ended up doing that in the summertime. That's a rough job. The one farmer that I worked for, which I've never seen it in this game, and it always kind of amazes me. For the setup that he had, you know, you got the old farmer driving the tractor, and then he's got the baler right behind him, and then attached to the baler is, you know, the big old hay bale trailer. And what would happen is as he's driving, it would, you know, make and wrap the bale, and then it would shoot it into the trailer. My job was to stand in this trailer and try to catch the fucking thing as it's coming at me so I could turn around and stack it.
Hello, motherfucker.
I've never seen that in this game, but that was what I worked with. Dangerous, having a big-ass bale getting shot at you at 30 miles an hour. Wild hogs are even meaner? Oh yeah, I bet. I've read bulls and busted broncs. I'm talking out in the center of a field smacking around in the bull. They're disgusting animals too. Can't stand. Oh yeah, they're gross. Uh-oh. Hey, Dan woke up from his nap, guys. Hi, Dan. Did you have a nice nap? We were talking about you like an hour and a half ago. I said, I assume he's napping. It's about that time of the day on a Sunday. Guy kept him up till 3 in the morning. We have feral hogs all over the fucking place in Texas. It's so bad now we don't even need a license to hunt them. Wow. That makes sense, though. No fucking Sky. He tried blaming Denver, but I know it was him. That's actually 100% not true, but I was trying to get Sky in trouble earlier today. Morning, afternoon, or evening, Dan. Dan doesn't know what time it is. He went to bed at 3 in the morning, woke up early as hell to go to work, then came home and took a nap for probably 6 hours. He has no idea what day it even is, let alone what time it is. Is it even Sunday? It is still Sunday. It is still Sunday for the time being. Trust me, if it was Monday, I would be way less happy than I am right now. Sure it's Monday somewhere? Yeah. I mean, you start going across the time zones. I don't think we have any Australians in the chat right now, but it's definitely Monday there. Even parts of Europe, like I know Britain's 5 hours ahead of us, which will put them at 11:30, so further east of there, it's Monday. Yep, Monday. Okay, well, I just said no Australians in the chat, and up pops Cliffy. Yep, it's Monday there. What's up, Cliffy? Still Sunday and still 2026, so you're good there? Yeah, you're still good, Dan. More importantly, it's 5 o'clock. Well, no, it's not 5 o'clock here. 5 o'clock in the Central Time Zone right now. You just got up. It's just hilarious. I'm just like, yeah, there's no Australians in the chat. Oh, hi, Cliffy. Sorry, didn't see you there. You came in at the perfect time. Just when I said you weren't here, suddenly you were here. Shit. Where the fuck's my combine? All the way over there. All right, let's go down the road. 5:21 p.m. here. Yep. I don't care where it's 5 or not anymore. I drink when I want to. Yeah, I never subscribed to that whole it's got to be a certain time of the day to drink. You got to remember, I worked third shift for a good part of my life, so I used to drink at 7 o'clock in the morning. No shame here. We would all get off work at 6:30, and there was a bar in town that opened at 7 a.m. just for us. We'd go down, we would drink, wait for the kitchen to open at 11. When the kitchen opened at 11, we'd order breakfast. We'd have our breakfast, have another drink or two, leave around 12:30, 1 o'clock. I can tell you it's a very, very confusing feeling if you've never done it to walk out of a dingy, dark bar at high noon when the sun's out, because holy shit. But we would do that. We'd go home, sleep for a few hours, get up and go back to work. I did that for years. About to start bringing in my old Stanley Cup with stuff in it. Yeah. I mean, this is the same cup that I take to work with me that's always filled with coffee. Sometimes it's a mystery. Don't ask any questions and I won't tell you any lies. Remember what Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett said, it's always 5 in Margaritaville? I gotta be honest, I hate that song. Jimmy Buffett is some of the most overplayed, overhyped garbage I've ever heard in my life. I'm sorry. If you like it, good for you. I won't judge. Fucking hate Jimmy Buffett. I know I've said before that I listen to pretty much all kinds of music. That's where I draw the line. Jimmy Buffett. It's coffee. Exactly. It's coffee. And no, you can't smell it. Well, if you put the right stuff in it, they can smell it all they want. There are secrets. Recommend schnapps goes in coffee. If anyone takes a swig, it just tastes like there's creamer in it. I'm more partial to Kahlua myself. It's got that nice chocolatey smell to it that probably shouldn't have just admitted that out loud. Tom, see what you're doing? You're getting me in trouble. I don't think any of the people that I work with ever even know that I stream. At least I hope they don't. I try to keep this life and real life separate as much as possible. I always wonder what would happen if the people that I know in real life would find this channel and start watching. Like, the only people that I know in real life that have ever been in here is my kids. And they generally get bored after about 5 minutes and leave, so I don't have to worry about them too much. Could just swap the water for vodka in my Polar Springs bottles, just no shake test allowed. Yeah, don't shake it. That's not a good idea. You could. See, Tom, you're saying all the things out loud that you're supposed to keep a secret. You're going to get us all in trouble. I used to drink at work when I was GM of a vape shop. My coworkers were the dumbest people I dealt with ever. I mean, certain jobs you can, I mean, I was a line cook at a dive bar. You think I didn't drink on the line? It was available. I didn't do it all the time, but there was sometimes just the night's going bad. You know what? I'm grabbing a beer. I'm grabbing a second beer. I'm grabbing a third beer. Well, shit, I should probably start drinking before I stop drinking before I catch myself on fire. I never cooked completely drunk, but I usually started to tie on a pretty good buzz by the end of the night. That job was, that was bad for the habit. Redbeard, I might be a wee bit Irish. Would be whiskey before vodka. Yeah, probably. I was every day. I hated that job. Working with the public in general will make you drink. Miss being a chef at the country club, free drinks all night. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there were nights, like, our bartenders slash waitresses, servers, whatever you wanted to call them, they kind of did it all there. There were nights where I would get angry about this or that or whatever, and they would just, like, just to calm me down, all of a sudden I'd see she'd show up with the beer in her hand. Here, shut up. Oh, okay. That's how I knew I was being a real big asshole, when they would show up with the beer and tell me to drink it and shut up. I hate the general public. Most of them are stupid as fuck. That is working with idiots, right? You were never sober at security. Not security is a job that I would want to be drunk at. I guess it depends on how exciting. Some security jobs are real boring, so. Should see some of the folks I deal with at work. I think we all deal with people in one way or another. Booger, Simon, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. You're one of them there yellers. Come in, all caps. Booger! I'm convinced you all learned that from Adrian. He started the yelling, and then everybody else just started yelling, and it turned into a disease where everybody just yells all the time. I'm here for it. I don't care. I just, you know. Just on names. Oh, okay. People have to take calls from at work. Legitimately should not be or anything technical ever. Yeah. I often find myself wondering how people fucking tie their shoes in the morning, but that's neither here nor there. I get mad, step out for a smoke, come into a mixed drink or a beer at my prep table. Yep. Yep. I was never big on mixed drinks. I drank a lot of beer. If it was a particularly bad, like, I always told people, if you see me doing shots, look the fuck out. Like, I won't say I never did shots, because I did, but if I started doing shots, it was a bad day, and it was about to get worse. Like, I could drink 15 beers and be just fine. When I start doing shots, look out. It wasn't a good time for anybody. What up, Anubis? Simon, I'm including typewriters, right? How's everyone today? I'm doing well. Got a little pain in my neck because I'm really, really old and I, for some reason, slept for 10 hours, but that's to be expected at this age. Other than that, having a pretty good day. Learned on base to operate efficiently under alcohol. See, that's one thing I never learned. And that's why even when I was allowed to drink at work, I didn't that much. Like, some people were functional alcoholics. Some people function better with alcohol. I know this to be a fact because I've worked with several people that, honest to God, they would come in, they'd be all frazzled and fucked up and be like, here, have a beer. And they'd be fine the rest of the day. I never was that person. That's how I am. Can drink beer, no problem. Hard liquor is a problem. Yeah. Yep. That's when shit starts getting goofy. That's when, you know, maybe Booger should go home. Maybe he should go home and go Betty by, because he started doing 16 shots of Jaeger and shit's hitting the fan. Yeah. I slept for 14 hours last night. Jesus Christ. I slept for about 10, and that was painful. Like, at this age, I can't lay down that long. I'm going to wake up with something broken. I used to be able to do that, like in my teens and 20s, but at this age, no. Something's going to be hurting if I wake up longer than 8 hours. The doctor asshole told me there was blood in my alcohol stream. What an asshole. I used to drink. I was better on Jack Daniels than I was on beer. See, everybody's different. Body hurts if I sleep that long? Oh, 100%. Well, I mean, that's why it kind of pissed me off when I rolled over and I looked at the clock and it said 11:30. I'm like, oh, I should have not slept that long. What's wrong? And then I rolled it and the neck is still... Ugh. Hopefully this works itself out by tomorrow, but... I only turned my head so far at the moment. Definitely screwed something up. You guys get sleep? I can't get more than like 2 or 3 hours. It depends on the day. Got about 3 hours sleep last night. Yeah, but Cliffy, you'll take 16 naps throughout the day, so it's okay. It adds up. To be fair, I didn't sleep for 2 days before I passed out. Well, that's why you slept for... Okay, that makes sense. I used to do that when I was working third shift. I would sleep 3, maybe 4 hours a day, work for an entire week that way, and then by the time the weekend came around, I would die for like 16 hours. Because it just all catches up to you at the end of the week. I've never napped during the day. I'm going to call bullshit on that one. You could be telling the truth. Probably going to call bullshit on that one. It's the truth. Alright. I'll accept it. If you say it's the truth, Cliffy, I'll believe you. Yesterday, mowing, cooking, shopping, and doing all the housework. Had 4 pots of coffee, slept 3 hours, and then functioned all day. Jesus. I usually set my limit at 2 pots of coffee. And that's only when I'm at work, just because I usually brew another pot when I get there. Maybe when I was a baby in the Scion Age. What is the Scion Age? I never heard that word before. If you're over 25, you definitely nap at least once during the day. That's going to be the hardest part about going back to work. I've been on vacation for a week, and I've taken a nap damn near every day other than... I don't think I took one yesterday, but every other day I've taken at least a short nap during the day. And that's going to be the hardest part about going back to work, is I don't have time to take a nap there, so... Stone Age, that makes more sense. I should have been able to suss that one out. It didn't click in my head that that's what you were trying to say. Naps are the best, especially when you fall asleep and wake up not knowing what day it is. Yeah. I didn't really, most of the naps that I took this week were only just, maybe a half an hour power nap, maybe an hour or so, but I did spend a lot of time laying on the couch. It was nice. I don't do that often when I'm working, because by the time I get home, it's like 6 o'clock most days, and you don't want to take a nap that late at night. That's dangerous. Not to say that I've never done it, but it's very dangerous to do. Be up all damn night? Exactly. Exactly. Turning radius on that combine's impressive. What is it? What am I even driving? This is a rental. This is the New Holland CR11. Yeah. I've ran this as my main combine a few times. I like this one. So here's the question. I don't screw around with contracts all that often. Where are we at here? So I borrowed this to do this corn contract. Now, there are probably other corn contracts in here. Can I keep this machine without closing out this contract and do the other corn contracts with this machine, or will it not let me? Look, there's one there. Could I keep the same combine and do that one as well? Or will it not let me harvest that field with this combine? Do I have to go with the one that they're trying to lease me different machines for every different one? Good question. I never realized the game has guidelines. Like I said, I don't mess with contracts that much. For every contract, if you don't own the items needed to do a field, it'll let you borrow them. But I think it also limits it to the field that you borrowed it for. You can keep the same compound, just don't cash out the job yet. As soon as you cash out the job, yeah. So that's something. It'll disappear. I know that, but will I be able to use it on those other fields? I know a lot of times it'll pop up and say this is for contract work only. I don't know. It will let me. Okay, so I'll take those other 2 contracts and I'll hold off cashing out this one. And we'll see if it'll let me use it. Because I do really like this combine. She used to be able to do that. I haven't done that in a while. Me and Hippie used to do that. Hippie used to play Farm Sim? I don't think I've ever seen him play that. To be fair, I've probably missed more of Hippie streams than I've seen because he was in the Forgotten Land of Facebook, and once it stopped sending notifications, I kind of forgot he existed. He was one of the, or Facebook, they ran their own platform. Yeah. Hippie was one of the last holdouts to finally leave Facebook. He fought against it for way longer than he probably should have. I don't think I've ever done any of the contracts. Yeah, I've never messed with them much. Like, normally I'm the type of person that I just, I'll cheat in a couple $1 million to buy the equipment and fields that I need and go from there, but decided on this save I don't want to do that. Took the $1 million that it gives you at the beginning of the game, and well, that went by real fast. Amazing how quickly you can spend $1 million when you're buying farm equipment. Like, that basically got me the starting farm, the starting field, and a tractor, and a few farm implements, and next thing I knew I was broke. It goes fast in this game. But we'll get there. I've got most everything that I need right now. It's just getting through some fields and getting some stuff upgraded. How many fields do you have? I only have 3. You go... Where's the farmland? Yeah, well, that's kind of a bad looking thing. So this is the starting farm here. I just basically own these 2. I just bought this one here today, and this one. You can see they're like the smallest fields on the map. None of this in the middle do I own. And then I bought this little guy, this grass field here, to try to keep the animals fed. But yeah, every other field on this map is way bigger than the couple little baby ones that I own. Which is fine. It's a starting farm. Actually, while I'm here, let me empty. It's not quite full yet, but might as well empty it while we're here, right? Go in the trailer. Wait, turn it on. Back up. Step 1, turn it on. There we go. Me and Sky would play, we would buy out like 6 fields and then redo them completely with the bulldozer to make our own little homestead. I've done that. Usually to start out, when I do a map like this, I try to just go with what it gives you, and then we'll start editing, but I'm gonna dip out and watch a movie. I'll catch most of you in Intensive stream later. It's Sunday. You're not gonna see anybody in Intensive stream. He doesn't stream on Sundays. I'm sure we'll see you somewhere later on. Have a good one, bud. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. You sure won't? Don't worry, I just said that. It'd take forever to do it, at least 3 days before it was done the way we wanted it, yeah. I mean, I don't know how close you paid attention to when we would play Farm Sim with Intense. You know, we do the logging maps, and there's no fields to start, there's no flat areas to start, there's just trees and maybe some logging roads and whatever. Go through, log it all out, terraform it all out, make fields out of that. A lot of time building shit from scratch. Intense is really good at that. I just kind of follow along. I honestly kind of hate the logging. I do it to help him. But we've done some really good work on, what, 3 or 4 maps now. It was so fun when we had a lot of people to help. Yeah, it was way better when we had 4 to 6 people that would come in week after week after week. And then plus when we had the dedicated server, people would work on it on the off time and whatnot. Like, towards the end, it was me, Intense, and Mav, and not all 3 of those people all the time, once a week for 2 or 3 hours on Mondays. Got to the point where it was taking a really, really, really long time to do things. And that's why he just gave it up, you know. Like, there was no extra work being done on the side. There was no extra people coming in. It was, you know, like I said, I would show up most Mondays. Mav would show up probably a little less than me, but most Mondays also. And a lot of times it was just Intense by himself, and it got hard to keep up with. Also got a little boring, you know. Like, it's fun when you got a lot of people doing it, but it got kind of boring when there was only a couple of us. Remember people used to take contracts and then dump the crop in their own silo? Yeah, they kind of nerfed that. You can't do that. But it's still, like, when I'm done with this, like, they will only expect, like, 90% of this corn, and then the contract will run out, and the rest of it will be free money. There's still that glitch. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's meant to be that way, but if I do 100% of this field and dump it into thing, I'll definitely get some extra money for it. There's still that. Remember that? It would take forever. Yeah, I mean, most of those maps we worked on for 6 months or longer, but like I said, we also had a lot more people to work on them too, but some incredible transformations. Like, when we would get to the end of the map, Intense would always do a video, like, flyby of what everything was accomplished, and it was just amazing to think that it started all as trees, and we logged all of that bit by bit and flattened all that ground, and it was fun. I used to love watching the Intense logging streams. A great place to hang out, and the chat was always jumping. Yeah, I mean, it was... I do miss it. Like, that was... I'm still not used to, like, that was like a Monday night tradition for me. Like, I always knew I'd come home from work, get on the game, and play some Farm Sim, and it's like, I'm still getting used to that not being a Monday night thing. Like, sometimes I sit here on Mondays like, oh, he's playing SnowRunner shit. I miss when we're rolling on that. Me too. I mean, it'd be great to start it back up again, but if we don't have the people that are willing to come in and help, it'll get boring real fast, just like it did, you know? I'm not real sure how to think about that. Logging in Farm Sim's hard too. Yeah. It's definitely a skill that takes time to learn and get good at. Still probably, like, all the time that I spent helping him log, I'm still probably only maybe 30% skilled at it. the newest farm sim cross-platform? Yes and no. It is, but most of the mods that we play with aren't. Like the game itself, if you just play base vanilla game, yes, it's 100% cross-platform. There are a lot of mods on the Mod Hub that are also cross-platform. There's a lot of third-party mods and stuff that aren't. There's way more that you can do with PC modding than what you can do with console modding. So we could set the servers up to be cross-platform, but that would very, very, very much limit the amount of mods that we could use. Like the stuff, the logging and terraforming mods that Intense likes to use, absolutely not cross-platform. There's no way they ever could be. I could do the farming since my work has kind of settled down more on Mondays than it was before. Don't get me involved in the logging though. I've thought about starting up another... Like on this map here, if people want to come in, I could get it set up to the point where, you know, the mods are pretty well straightforward and people could come in and out, but I just haven't done that yet because, I mean, number one, it's not on a dedicated server. It's only open when I'm in it. Number two, nobody's really shown any interest, so I haven't really bothered to organize it at all so people can come in. I'm sure if you gave Mav 2 hours, he'd probably figure it out. He's pretty good at that, but... What's up, Intense? Hi, Jenny. Now that I have 3 managers, that night is not as bad as it was before. That's good. Usually my Mondays are probably my worst day of the week, but I'm still home on time that I could do it. So... Like, I kind of got into that routine for the most part, that Monday after work I would come home, start a stream around 7:30, farm for an hour and a half, and then Intense would come in and we'd switch over to logging and do that until I fell asleep. I don't think I've streamed on a Monday night since he stopped doing that, because what am I going to do, you know? Like, I kind of forced myself to get the energy to do it, and I always had a good time doing it, but now I don't feel any motivation to do it. Pick a night. Trip's going good. Should be in massive 2 shits by tomorrow evening. Isn't it snowing up there? Didn't I hear that somewhere yesterday? That it's snowing up there? Or did it stop already? I think this is going to fill the trailer up again.
Motherfucker.
Well, hello, Mr. Dark Wolf. How's it going, bud? Someone said that yesterday, too. Fucking better not be snowing. I'll turn this truck around. I just had the most entertaining visual in my mind of just, you know, Sky just driving down the road and then snowflakes come and suddenly Denver jumps across the truck and grabs the wheel. And, I'll turn this fucking thing around. I've got the perfect visual in my brain of that happening. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past you to actually do that. Got home, I'm alone, and it's already too quiet. How did you get the house to yourself? I gotta ask. Where is everybody? Did they all run away? Are you okay? It's never quiet in your house. Drift that bitch, right? Lit one of my candles while I was doing dishes just now. Kitchen smells amazing. There you go. I should probably order some from you because I have literally nothing in this house that smells good. I've never been a candle guy kind of guy. I had one of those wax warmer things when I first moved in, but it broke. I never bothered to get another one. Like, my house doesn't smell bad, but it also doesn't smell good. It's just kind of Sterile, I guess, is to be the word. Sarah's at work, Peyton's at work, other two are at mother-in-law's now. Peyton had an appointment in Indy tomorrow morning. Fun. I have leather wax mouth, bourbon barrel candles, and Tennessee whiskey candles. I have to buy more leather oil. I'll talk to you in Discord one of these days. I probably should get something. Having things that smell good has never been at the top of my mind, but I should probably get something. Not that I really entertain guests at all, but, you know. Maybe my own cheery outlook could be improved by having good smells around me. Crazier things have happened. Taco Bell, though, there you go. Enjoy the silence. I assume that doesn't happen very much. You spend 90% of your life with a 5-year-old bugging you every 10 minutes. Oh god. Didn't even see that coming. Hey guys, ads are hitting. Very, very rare. Yeah, for sure. I love wax melts. Used to buy crap load of stuff from Scentsy. Lady bought my 16-ounce leather candle to make her 28-year-old son's room smell better. Yeah. Like I said, there's no bad smells in my house. It's just, it's kind of neutral. There's nothing good either, unless I'm cooking. Lady was complaining about her son's room, like Dan woman make complain. I mean, at 28, should be way better than that. But yeah, I've got 2 teenage boys, so I understand. And they're not really that dirty of creatures, but they're not exactly the cleanest of creatures either. Like, it could be way worse. They're not into sports or any of that kind of stuff, so I don't have, like, dirty sports uniforms laying around or anything, but certainly not the cleanest creatures in the world. Let's just leave it at that. Creatures. I mean, what else? What would you call them? Never mind. Don't. I know what you call them. They are very much creatures. It is what it is. No way to sugarcoat it. Hold on. Let me approve that. Good job, Denver. You pissed off the auto mod. The only reason Darkwolf didn't piss off the auto mod is because he spelled it wrong. Tense Dude added a permitted term, crotch. Thanks, Intense. Not sure why I'm in a world where mods have to add the term crotch as permitted, but I guess it could be a lot worse with Denver in here. I got another nickname for him too, but that will definitely not get approved. I mean, let's be honest, I could really give a shit what's said in my chat. That's the Twitch auto mod just like throwing things back at me like, are you sure you want to allow this? There's very few things that are just straight up not allowed on Twitch. Be right back. Gonna go start dinner. I've heard fuck trophies too. Fuck trophies? Jesus Christ. I don't think I've ever heard that one. That makes sense, though. Knew that was going to get held? Yeah. Can you approve that, Dan? Yep. That's... I've heard that one before, too. Fuck trophies is a new one for me. I've never heard that one before. I like that, though. That's a good term. It checks out. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I've just never heard that term used. Somebody remind me after stream to get on Amazon and order a new controller, because the right stick on this one's starting to get a little bit weird. It's not broke yet, but I'm afraid it's going to break in the middle of a game one of these days. That doesn't mean send me a message now to remind me later. That means wait until later to remind me, because if you send me a message now, I still will forget. Dan. Before you even do it, I know how you operate. Sometimes when I see a real dumb kid, I'll say who's precursus. Yeah. New controller will be at your place Tuesday. Well, how's that work? He's got Dan's number. Yeah, I know exactly how. Thanks, Redbeard. You know, Redbeard, do you really want to put yourself in that same category of stupid asshole that I've already put Dan into? Just saying. You're treading a thin line there, dude.
H2O! Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Oh my god, he's doing it in multiple channels. Tom, stop! I guess. Got Jenny coming in with a hydrate. That's going to be the last bit of coffee. It's okay. We've got... right here. Which cups? Clear that out of here. This is still not clearing the way it's supposed to. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Where's my controller? Probably stuck in a box somewhere. 46 years for delivery. Yeah. Everything Dan says he's going to deliver takes 13 years to show up. If it ever shows up. Alright, another 5 or 6 swipes in this field will be done. We can move on to another one. Just trying to be efficient with the reminders. Yeah, as much as I hate to admit it, Tom, that'll probably actually work, because there's channels that I'm not even looking in that I'll find it later. So that will help, much as I don't want to admit it. Fucking shipping companies. Assuming it's not lost or broken or stolen. You've only broken my auto mod twice, Denver. Keep trying. I'm sure you can do better. No, it would, which is why I did it. You're a resourceful little fucker, I'll say. Spency has a Cowsy wax warmer. Oh my god. I think the more amazing part of that statement is that you don't already have one. How have you gone this many years without finding a cow wax warmer? You should already have at least 3 of those, Denver. Wondering the same thing. Failed at life. That's hilarious. I gotta stop trying to look to the right. If anything's happening over there, I just need to stop looking. Sky needs to buy her one for every room. Yeah, get on it, Sky. Let's be honest, Sky probably couldn't buy her one for every room because she controls the bank card, so he just makes the money. She's in charge of spending it. We discussed this yesterday. Exactly, yeah. We already went over this. We know how it works. He makes the money, you spend it. I guess I need to close at least one tab here. Both of the streamers that I was watching both rated the same person. It's kind of how it is at times for Mav and I when he makes more than me. I don't know, I feel like he's pretty good at spending it too. There's always some new toy or repair needed for the truck, or the motorcycle, or the yard. He'll randomly ask me what those are due and when, so we know what the fund money is. Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to do it. That's the way I've always done it. Like, very few times in my life have I come into unexpected money, but anytime that I do, that's the first thing I think of is like, okay, what bills can I pay so I don't have to worry about those down the road? And then we don't have to worry about, you know. That stuff always comes first before saying, oh, I can go buy a, you know, whatever at the store. Absolutely. Hot Wheels, Mustang parts, tools. This is why I control the finances. Yeah. Yeah, if you gave him free reign, could you imagine how many modifications the Mustang would have on it by now? Some of that's included in my budget plans. I plan for like 200 on truck, not counting fuel. Yeah, there's always something that needs fixed. Always something. And if there's not something that needs fixed, there's something that needs upgraded. We need new pretty lights or something. I played the fifth. We would be homeless, but goddamn, the Mustang would be fast as fuck, right? The problem with that is that's also like there are certain cars that you can buy that there's not a whole lot of modifications or things that you can buy for them. There's a lot of things that are available in the world for Mustangs. You could spend a lot of money, just keep upgrading and modifying to the point where you don't even recognize what it is. You could never run out of ideas with one of those. That or new wiring. Yeah, new wiring for the lights. He's spaced out stuff since we got the topper. A little bit of time to get it how he wants it. Yeah, he spends a lot of time messing with electrical stuff, I've noticed. Gotta have his flashing lights flashing just the right way. Found a crotch rocket I want, but it's 45. Jesus Christ, $45,000 for a crotch rocket? They're like that big. Why is it $45,000? That's insane. Just trying to find how he likes them the most with that topper on it. Give him time, he'll figure it out. If I had to guess, we've already spent like $16,000 on modifications for that car, $10,000 just for the supercharger plus all the suspension shit. Jesus Christ. It's good to have a hobby. It's a shame that that hobby is so expensive. It's a race bike made street legal. Still, that's a lot of money for a little bike. I could buy a pickup truck for that. Need one more light for the front so he has full 360 vision of lights. I'm not going to sit here and ask the question, how many lights could you possibly fucking need? Because I guarantee his answer would just be more. Could pay our house off with that 44,000, right? Yeah. You seen his videos before the topper, or even his Crown Vic? I've seen some videos. I gotta be honest, most of the time when I watch those videos, I don't know what the hell's going on other than, ooh, bright blinky lights. But, hey, good job. Or really loud engine. Or some combination of the two things. Says there's never too many lights because people are fucking stupid and don't pay attention. I mean, I agree with that. Myself, personally, I get disoriented by a lot of flashing lights. One of the things that I hate the most is when it's like dark outside and the cops have somebody pulled over on the side of the road with the full fucking 3 billion watt strobe bar going, and it's like a 2-lane road and you gotta go around them. That completely fucking blinds me. I hate that with it. I hate that more than anything. Is there a reason that they need to be that fucking bright? I live on a main road and there's a bar right across the street from me, so they'd love to pull people over right in front of my house. And sometimes I'll be sitting out on the porch having a smoke or whatever, and it's just like those flashing bright ass strobe lights blind me completely. I hate it. They have a dimmer switch, most won't use it. Yeah, I've heard that before, that they do have a dimmer switch, and you're right, most of them don't use it. They feel like they need to be used. I understand needing to draw attention to yourself, especially if it's dark outside. We need to see the fact that you're either on the side of the road or blocking the road so that we can go around you, etc. My issue is with the fact that some of them are so fucking bright that it completely blinds you. And I mean completely. There's been times trying to go by cops with the flashing lights on that I'm literally like this with one eye closed, just looking to the left around from where they're actually sitting, hoping that the flashing lights will not completely blind me. There's a difference between being visible and being a nuisance, you know? Not to mention, I mean, some people have epilepsy. I definitely agree. Then why do you do it, Dan? If you agree, why do you do it? Kidding. I have no idea what you do. Need the bright lights like that during the day, but not at night, right? Yeah. Like I said, if they have a dimmer switch, I understand the need to draw attention to themselves and whatnot, but it does not need to be that bright. I will say, I used to stream Farm Sim all the time, and I kind of stopped when I stopped playing it. Haven't done many Farm Sim streams lately. Tonight I'm remembering why I liked streaming Farm Sim before, and it's not because the game is that much more fun or that much that much more entertaining. I guarantee most of you probably have no idea what's going on in the game, to be fair. The reason I enjoy streaming Farm Sim is because it's low-key, low attention. Like, I don't have to put all my thought into it. I can, you know, turn this thing on, set it on a path, and go. And it's way easier to pay attention to the chat, to pay attention to the other things going on around me, have some good conversations, to get into some deep conversations about dumb shit that no normal human people should probably be talking about. Some other games it's kind of hard to pull that off. That's why I always enjoyed streaming Farm Sim. Not because I think it's the greatest game in the world or the most entertaining. In fact, it can be downright boring at times, but I used to play it to relax at the end of the day. Yeah. Like, there's a reason it's one of the, I don't want to say it's one of the most streamed games out there, but in the simulation category, absolutely, certainly is one of the most streamed games out there. Not because it's a great game, because it's just relaxing and enables you to kind of not have to focus all on one thing at once and have some good conversations with people. I don't even use taillights on my cars. Fuck other people. They can see it when they hit the fucking tail. That makes sense. I respect it, Dan. Booger wanted to say hi before I crash. What are you crashing into? Don't crash. That sounds dangerous. I bet. Oh. You can just lay down. It's fine. You don't have to completely crash into it. Just lay down. Close your eyes. Yeah, I know you've had a rough couple days. You all finished up? All got everything moved and ready to go? That's a tiring experience. We've all done it a time or two, and you're glad when it's over. Exhausted, everything's moved in, just gotta organize, but I'll do that. Yeah, that can take its time. You get the necessities, the things that you need for daily going to work and whatnot, and everything else you can take your time box by box. And I think you'll find in time as, 4, 6, 8 months go by and you still haven't unpacked some boxes, you'll realize, hey, maybe I didn't really need all this crap. I've done that every time I've moved. Like, you always end up moving everything and then you never unbox it or put it away and you start wondering to yourself, why did I even bring this? And it either goes into the dumpster or a yard sale. Love throwing stuff away. I am very much like myself. I am a minimalist. There is very, 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 very few personal possessions in this house. And honestly, like there's not a whole lot of decorations. I got some pictures of my kids up on the walls, I've got curtains, but I don't have a lot of clutter, a lot of stuff. I really don't. I have what I use. I've got some mementos and, childhood stuff and whatnot. The kids have some stuff, although not even a percentage of what they had when they were younger. Like, they don't have the toys and stuff like they used to have. So yeah, there's not a whole lot here, and I like it that way. If I would have to move out of here, I could fit it all onto one truck very easily. Really bad sunburn though. Oh no, so did Jenny. Sounds like you guys were all out in the sun. My mom wanted me to throw away my old dog stuff, but I just personally can't yet. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you don't want to... Like, if there's stuff that you have that truly means something to you, keep it. Absolutely. But, like I said, I think you'll find as time goes on that, there's stuff that you don't use and don't care about, that you don't know why you moved it. It's still sitting in a box 6 months to a year later. Throw it away. Why keep it, When we both are in pitching mood, it's bad. All 3 cans will be full outside. We occasionally borrow one of Mom's. Yep. Yeah, like, when I still lived with my ex-wife, we went through phases like that where she would, when she would decide to clean the house, man, everything would go. And I'd be like, great, why do we have it in the first place? I don't like clutter. I don't like a lot of stuff. I like open space and simplicity. I am not a hoarder. I'm not a clutterer. I'm not a collector. Most of the things that I own have some use to me, you know? I take a bunch to work for the dumpster there. Having free access to a giant dumpster is not necessarily a good thing all the time, but yeah, I see it. Throw that stuff out every year. Bugger, I hung up the screen for Bugaboo and he loves it to go outside now. You have a screen like a catio kind of thing? I always wanted one of those. That's pretty cool. And he still has our kitty's bed out, and she's been gone since the start of December. That makes sense. Screen in the patio. Hell yeah. Cats love it when they can go outside, even if it's not really outside, just to get some air. Hi. Hi, Troy. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Nothing. Oh, God. You gotta turn it on. Why do I keep forgetting to turn it on? I think the problem is because I leave it on, and then I think I turn turning it on, but I turn it off, and then when I'm trying to turn it off, I'm actually turning it on, and yeah. It's all backwards. Almost done here, though. Have it set up now, where his cat box is outside. He goes through a doggy door to go potty. That's good. The more of that crap you can keep outside, the better. That's the one thing, like, don't get me wrong, I love cats. I've always had cats until I moved in here where I'm not allowed to have them, but that's neither here nor there. But one thing I always hated about having cats was the litter box. Pain in the ass to keep clean. Litter box cleaning sucks, yeah. Think a cat's more independent than a dog? Oh, 100%. 100%. There were a few times, like I said, we always had multiple cats. And there were a few times where we'd go on vacation for a week or whatever. The dog had to come with us, first of all. The dog always came with us on vacations. But the cats, you know, we'd set them up with a bunch of food, make sure their litter boxes were real clean or whatnot, and we'd have somebody come over and check on them every 2, 3, 4 days, you know, just to make sure, fill up their food bowls, give them some fresh water, scoop out the litter box a little bit, and then just let them go. Cats will completely survive on their own. Completely. They don't need attention. They could give a fuck that you've been gone for a week. We'd come home after a week, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, and be so excited to see the cats, and they're just looking at us like, did you leave? I didn't know you were gone. Fuck you. You're not home much? I suggest a cat. Yeah, they can keep themselves entertained. Mostly by sleeping 18 hours a day, but yeah. I just pay someone to come and tend to the animals. Yeah, we would always do that. Like, you know, so we have a girl that would come over every couple days or whatnot, but they don't need, like... Imagine if you left the dog home and you were gone 10 days. You would have to have somebody come over at least 2 to 3 times a day to take them for walks, take them outside, pay attention, you know, let them run, get exercise, whatnot, all that shit. You don't have to do that with cats. They could care less. As long as they're fed and have a place to take a shit, they're happy. They could care less who's there, who's playing with them, who's anything, you know? Take Bugaboo out for walks. Can't always trust people. Well, no, it's got to be somebody you can trust. I'm not just going to give some random person keys to my house and say, here you go, but... Usually sister twice a day, or my managers that live one street up. Yeah. That's the difference, though. Dogs, you need to do it at least a couple times a day. You know? Cats, you can let them go. They're fine. They could give a shit. Give them an extra long food bowl and hope they don't eat it all on the first day. Cats are usually fine for a week. Yeah. Neighbor would take care of our cat when we were on the road. She loved our cat, but our cat didn't give a single fuck. No, and that's like, we would always have somebody come over to take care of the cats, and we would, you know, would call her and ask her, oh, how's the cats? And she'd be like, I went over there and filled their food dish and cleaned their litter box, but I didn't see a single one of them. Like, they didn't even care that I was there, you know? You hear about the lady who stabbed a bunch of horses at a track because she was mad hers didn't win? No, I did not hear that. What the hell? It's a little psycho. My mama kitty, she hates being stuck home alone. Some cats are a little bit more of attention whores than others, yes. Thing, as a general rule, you can leave cats alone. Nationals for barrel racing, what a fucking bitch she is. Oh, what happened? Oh, somebody approved that, thank you. I'm falling asleep. Thank you for streaming. Well, thank you for falling asleep. I mean, thank you for watching before you fall asleep. Go get some rest. I know you've had a rough few days. Get some good rest. Get yourself refreshed. We'll see you somewhere. Somewhere, here, there, everywhere. Good thing about this community, we got a whole lot of streamers and a whole lot of viewers that kind of come to all of us, so if I don't see you here, I'll see you somewhere else. Here, there, anywhere. It's a nice little community we got here. You stabbed like 4 horses? Jesus Christ. Hopefully they weren't like the $20 million horses that Sky was talking about yesterday. Either way, it's not good to stab a horse, but... The dog would be super happy and jump all over you when you get back? Yeah, exactly. Alright. I have to empty this one more time before, Jesus. Almost done with this field. This took a little longer than I thought, but not terribly long. What are we, about 3 hours in? We've not been doing this the entire time, so not too bad. They're pretty expensive horses. One had its throat slit. Jesus Christ, slit its throat? 4 horses, easy $100,000 minimum. Crazy. One of the best songs Ozzy released. I will disagree with that. I don't know that I necessarily agree with it. Ozzy's made a lot of good songs, dude. Like, how do you rank them? He's made a ton of good songs. Luckily, all the horses survived. Well, that's good at least. Still, though, how do you just stab a horse? That's crazy to me. Let me guess, that happened in Texas? Vegas. Ah, that makes sense. People are usually strung out on all kinds of drugs on Vegas. So that actually makes sense. My 3 faves beside this are Bark the Moon, Crazy Train, and I Don't Want to Stop. Those are all really good ones, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you... I would have to really sit down and think about it with, like, a library open in front of me if I was to pick my favorite Ozzy songs. Like, I'd be afraid there's something I would forget. There's so many good ones. Like, just top of my head without thinking about it and looking, Perry Mason comes to mind. I fucking love that song. But all the ones that you mentioned are really good too. Like, it's hard to say. There's so much good Ozzy that it's hard to say what's the best song Ozzy ever made. You would never be able to finish that argument. Never. That happened in Texas. That lady wouldn't be breathing right now. Oh, 100%. Like See You on the Other Side. That's a good one too. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a very hard argument to have. Matter of fact, it's not even something I really want to think about. Let's just sit back and enjoy the fact that there's a lot of good Aussie music out there. I will say I enjoy the later Aussie quote unquote solo stuff more than the original Black Sabbath stuff. Now, the original Black Sabbath stuff that was pioneering ahead of its time, back when that came out, there was nothing like it. It has its place in history. You have to respect it. That being said, I enjoy the like, and it's like quote unquote solo, because he wasn't solo. He had some great musicians behind him, but the solo Ozzy Osbourne stuff I enjoy way more than the old Sabbath stuff. Especially everything with Zakk Wylde in it. Dude was incredible. Lots and lots and lots of the Korn. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it today, but we'll finish this field, put it on hold, but then I've got this one here to do, and then there was another one, yeah, number 4 right there. Probably going to do both of those contracts with the same equipment here. So we'll get back with lots of Korn. Cash it in. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to finish it, put it in the truck, probably drop it off. Well, I'm going to move this stuff over to the next field, and then probably call it there, and then maybe tomorrow we'll get back to doing the other 2 fields. But yeah, I want to keep this same equipment. I really like this combine. Wish I had the money to buy it. Chips, taco meat, and tons of cheese. You going to cook them in the toaster oven? Just asking. Talking about good Metallica songs. Want to go Fight Fire with Fire, Master of Puppets, and Enter Sandman. Yeah. I would add Battery to that. I would agree with all those. What am I thinking? A lot of the older stuff. Orion. Right back. Got to get coffee. You getting coffee at 7:30 at night? I'm not judging, just asking. Get some snacks. They aren't stupid. Intense, I was hoping you weren't listening when I asked that question. See, now it thinks this field's done and it's not going to let me pick up any more of the corn. See, I hate that. It's kind of a... You got to kind of be strategic if you want to get all the extras, and I fucked this up, so, oh well. Needs to wake up. Yeah, I'm not judging. I just literally just finished my coffee like a half an hour ago, so I'm probably not one to judge. I'm just... Tense has the ears of a hawk. Yeah. Thought he was still digging holes with Sheppy. Or Sheppy's stream ended, so... Are you still digging holes? Nope, you guys stopped. Never mind. He's listening. We just ended. Yeah, I saw Sheppy and Chex both ended their streams and rated the same person, so I had to rearrange tabs. Alright, go dump this. We'll accept the next contract. Actually, I'm going to accept both of those contracts. Start work at 1 a.m. Why the fuck are you starting at 1 a.m.? Jesus. Also, why are you awake now if you start at 1 a.m.? Go to bed. Just chilling for a bit, then eat properly. What did you make me for dinner? Because I'm kind of hungry too. I probably need to, at the very least, go grab a snack when I'm done with this. A little late for dinner? Nah, it's only 7:30. Intense usually eats dinner at like 11 o'clock at night. I'm gonna make a sandwich, I think. Ooh, I have lunch meat in there. I can make sandwiches too. Or I could have cereal. So many choices. Do have simple things here. I have to get the truck started up and loaded. Look at that. That made us $27,000, actually $28,000, and that wasn't even finalizing the contract. That was just gravy money on top of what we haven't turned in yet, so that's beautiful. I will take it. All right, let me see here. We wanted to do number corn. Yeah, 16 we want to do next. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this contract. Actually, let's just do them both before they float away. And the other one was 4. So we've got farm 16 and field 4 to do. We'll go to 16 first. Let's get the map a little big so I know where the hell I'm going. Literally just right across from the shop. All right, that's easy. I don't need the map for that. I just want to test before I end the stream to see if it's going to allow me to use that same combine on this field. If it is, we're gravy. If not, I might have to change my mind and do something else. I was waiting for Hobbits to get here. Didn't know they were going to get here so fucking late today. Ah, that sucks. Makes sense, though. 28,000 is pretty good, right? I mean, considered that's just extra gravy money. That's, you know... I think the contract itself that I haven't cashed out yet paid 48,000. We'll do these other two on top of it. We should be well over 200 grand by the time I'm done with just these 3 contracts. So that's pretty good. That'll get us rolling. Bad Hobbits give them shit. I mean, it's probably not their fault. I would be willing to guess it's probably the transport and not the passengers. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. Don't listen to me when you assume things. All right. We're going to cook this thing through traffic. Try to take out, not to take out another busload of kids. That was kind of bad before. Like I said, guys, I'm going to give this a quick test, and then I'm probably going to shut her down for the night. I'll say the same thing I say every time I stream on a Sunday night. Maybe another, because like now that I kind of got a plan, I do want to do another stream of this sometime this week. It's all going to depend on how I feel after work. You know, back to work first day after 10 days off. I'm sure tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. I can sit here and say I'd love to stream tomorrow night. Who knows what kind of energy I'll have by the time I get home. So maybe, maybe not. Tuesday night's definitely out. I've got a graduation to go to on Tuesday night. Wednesdays are always out because that's when the Hobbits transition over. So I don't know. Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. We'll leave it up in the air. But definitely want to get back onto this map and do some things. I just don't know exactly when. I did say when I came back to streaming that I am no longer going to hold a schedule, and I'm not going to try to sit here and schedule a stream that I've got to then turn around and cancel. We'll just see. We'll stream when we feel like it, you know? Because Bower assumes the worst. See you next Saturday, right? Probably. Nah, we'll try to get one in sometime this week. All right, can the traffic fucking stop so I can get into this field? Jesus Christ. All right. We're just going to give this a quick test. It says it's reserved for contract work, but it's letting me do this field, so we're good. This is all I wanted to find out. So I wasn't lied to by whoever told me that I could do this. We're good to go. So I'll leave that right there. Shut it down. We'll go on that the next time we do this. Let's see. Where am I? Oh my god, I'm not even on the right damn thing. Let's Kill that. Come on. Do what you're supposed to do, stupid buttons. Friday night like 8ish my time. What's Friday night like 8ish your time? Farm sim? You have nothing to do Friday? We can do that. I'm good with that. We'll talk.
It really, really sucks.
Your body's gonna be like, what the fuck is this work shit? Yeah, 100%. Not to mention that it's gonna be a lot of shit. First day back, it's gonna suck. That's what I do. Magic. Same. Kids are no set bedtime. I want to try more. Yeah. I always go into the week saying I wanna stream more. I want to do more, and then tiredness hits, and suddenly I don't want to anymore. So I'll make no promises, but we'll try to get something in time sometime this week. And yeah, Intense, I'm not sure what you're saying about Friday, but we'll talk. If that's something you want to do, we can definitely set something up. One more for Tom. One more for Tom. See you next time. Yes, that's what we'll say. We'll say see you next time. All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you much for hanging out. Very much for hanging out, keeping this entertaining. Couldn't do it without a chat keeping it entertaining. That's for sure. Otherwise, it'd just be me sitting here going like this. It's no fun. Nobody wants to see that. So. We will find someone to raid off to. Bunch of people on. I am simply going to send you guys off to Adrian, because let's be honest, that's where I'm probably going to go, and I'm assuming half of you are probably there already. He is playing some Among Us with his community. Go in there, make a lot of noise, throw in a bigger booger raid. Tell him he's an asshole, tell him I'm an asshole, tell him whatever you want to tell him, but make a lot of noise, let him know you're there. I will see you guys when I see you. Peace out. I forgot to press the raid button. We'll get there eventually. We can do it. We might make it there. All right. Get out.